under Commander General Yohana. I'm Priest Officer Mahagabar, and tonight is the Thursday night scripture breakdown class. And before we get started, just like to say, man, we had a fire weekend at the Southern Houston Regional Cookout. Man, the level of brotherhood that was in it, man, it was astronomical, man. It was like none other. You know what I'm saying? Brothers came down from all over, and man, we really did gather ourselves together. You know what I'm saying? We really did. Man, it was just a wonderful time, man, to see the kids and just brothers you ain't seen in years, man. And you know, I can't wait for the next one, which is gonna be in Las Vegas, which is the Cali Cookout in Nevada. You know what I'm saying? Coming up in December. You know, and so we're gonna pick up from where we left off at. Salaki, how you gonna read from? Okay. So we're gonna Salaki about that. We're gonna pick up from a couple weeks ago, and because we had this cookout, we couldn't get into the second part of the Ruth breakdown, which is going into the history to show you the condition of Israel and what Israel was doing before the time of Ruth. You know what I'm saying? To just kill some of that speculation, you know, that we have to keep battling these fake Israelite groups, you know what I'm saying, who want to teach that Ruth was a Moabite when she never was a Moabite. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I said in the previous class that, you know, they just want to have an excuse to sleep with heathens because it's not that difficult to understand. It's not that difficult to see, you know what I'm saying? But it seems like no matter how much you try to break it down and show, even when the proof is right there, they still try to find a way to weasel up out of the true understanding. It's either they don't want it or they just ain't gonna never get it. You know what I'm saying? So, Salaki.
And Salaki, if I may, so real quick, what's so heavy about your breakdown? You're doing an awesome work with breaking this down. And what's so important is,
sir.
Damn right. What's so important is not only do Negroes from these fake Christian Israelite groups, not only do they want to sleep with other people, they also want to save all nations, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
They want to taint. They want to give the inheritance that the God of the Bible only established for the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So this is why this is so important going into the history that only the ISUPK brings out. You understand what I'm saying? Because, you know, to be able to show you the difference between somebody being an Israelite and Israelites dwelling in lands of strangers.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Which is so important. And this is what a lot of people don't bring the history out on.
Right.
Because they want to sleep with other
That's right.
strange women, and they also want to save every damn body, which is not in the Bible at all, man.
That's right, man. Give it up for Priest Officer, you know what I'm saying, the Shard and the Pause, man. And that's a heavy topic, you know what I'm saying, and that's so heavy about what you just said, because really that's what it boils down to at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? They just want to have an excuse to invite heathens in and dwell with heathens. And I mean, we scattered to all four corners of the earth.
Right.
So we dwell everywhere.
Right.
Am I going to say that it ain't Negroes in Africa? I ain't going to say that. Am I going to say it ain't? If you ever been in the military, of course we there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We all over this joint. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't make us them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Ruth, and matter of fact, I got to correct myself a little bit on the last time we broke down. You know, I went on to say that, you know, she was speaking Chinese and doing all of that stuff there because they was in the country, not the land of Moab, the country.
The plains.
Which is also the plains. It's one and the same. You know what I'm saying? The plains of Moab and the country of Moab are the same. It's the farming area.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No different when you go up the road to Montgomery County. You know,
Right.
There's nothing but farmland out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You know, and I made a statement by saying I'm not going to even say she spoke Chinese, because after going into the studies and research, I'll just go as far as to say she lived on that side. She just act differently and she dressed differently. She didn't act like how Judites did in the land of Judah. She was on the other side of the Jordan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she just act differently.
Right.
Still an Israelite woman, but just act differently.
Salaki. And if I may, you understand, that's so important because when you're in the land of another people, you take on some of their customs. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the problem of of what our people don't understand throughout the scriptures.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Just because, you know, it says they were like Uriah, you know what I'm saying, being a Tishbite.
Right.
Just like the prophet Elijah. You see what I'm saying now?
Right.
So that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? They didn't dwell in the land of Israel, but that only and the Ninevites.
Right.
Right. Let's talk about Jonah and the Ninevites. Right. Jonah went to the Israelites that dwelt in Nineveh, man.
Right.
The Lord ain't never sent nobody. His people are a prophet of him,
right,
of Israel to some heathens, man. Because they were never given the commandments to sin against the Most High.
Right.
The Lord never gave them an order, you know what I'm saying, for them to have to follow, man.
Right.
So this is a heavy topic, you know what I'm saying, Salaki, keep on bringing it out.
Oh, you already know, sir. You know, that's what I'm saying, man. We are the real, true scholars in this nation, man. You want to come learn the truth and learn to get a true understanding of what went on in these scriptures. All you got to do is come to class.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of watching twerk videos and all of that other nonsense, get in class, man. We got free classes 7 days a week, man. All you got to do is just subscribe, push the like button, get them likes up, you know what I'm saying? And rock out with us, and you'll get the true understanding if you want it. If you don't want it, then all you're going to do is try to find fault when there's none. You know what I'm saying? So what we going to do is we just going to get on ahead and into the scriptures tonight. Salaki, sir, if you don't mind, could I get Numbers 21 and 4? But before that, you know what I'm saying, just to give you a little history, this is when Israel is coming out of the land of Egypt, and we are in the wilderness at this time. We are just tribes. We are not considered to be as a nation right now. It's each man and woman and boy and girl and child, grandmother, everyone to their own tribe. We are coming out of Egypt as tribes, and we are in the wilderness. So that's pretty much from the first verse down through the third, going into the fourth. So the fourth is what I want, if you don't mind, sir. Salaki.
Come, this is the book of Numbers, chapter 21, verse 4. And they journeyed from Mount Hor.
Now Mount Hor is on the other side, it's over by the land of Canaan area. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep you up to speed with it. Mount Hor would be it would be, I believe, I'm not mistaken, it would be south of the Sinai Mountain. It would be in the Sinai Peninsula.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Salaki, sir. It would be Mount Sinai would be up north. Mount Hor area would be down at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And the Israelites are on this side of the Arno River, which is which is also not the Jordan, but they're on this side of the Jordan. Keep going.
Come by the way of the Red Sea.
Right.
To compass the land of Edom.
Right. So now they finna go. I don't want to get too far ahead, but just to keep you up to speed, they finna go down and round about. So they're coming out from the wilderness. Now they're traveling by the land, crossing over to the Red Sea, going round about the land of Edom. Keep going.
Come, and the soul of the people was much discouraged because of the way.
Right, it was a hard way. It was a treacherous way. You know, they had ain't no telling what was all out there in that wilderness, and then not to mention they walking in a great multitude at that. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 5. And the people spake against God.
Just like black folks do.
And against Moses.
Just like black folks do. You know what I'm saying? We when something ain't right or something ain't to our liking, or we feel like it ain't going this way or that way, the first thing we want to do is raise hell about it. And just like black folks today, we did the same thing back then. You keep going, sir. Yeah, you got something? Salaki. You know, that's just like what we like to do. So at this point in time, you know what I'm saying, we are coming out of Egypt, going through the wilderness, you know what I'm saying, crossing over the Red Sea, and now we're traveling east, by the way.